Greetings, friends. The humility of Christ, a reflection on Philippians 2. Philippians 2 stands out as one of the most profound passages in the New Testament, not only for its theological depth, but for its radical call to humility. Written by the Apostle Paul during his imprisonment, this chapter invites the believers into the very mindset of Christ, a posture of self-emptying, love, unity, and sacrificial obedience. Paul begins with a heartfelt appeal. If there is any encouragement in Christ, any comfort from love, any participation in the Spirit, then believers must be of the same mind. But this unity is not achieved through conformity or dominance. It is cultured through humility. Paul urges the Philippians to do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but to consider others better than yourselves. This is not a call to self-deprecation, but to selflessness. A radical reorientation from ego to empathy. At the heart of the chapter lies the Christ hymn, a poetic and theological masterpiece. Paul writes, "Have this mind among yourselves, which is yours in Christ Jesus." What follows is a breathtaking descent through Jesus. Though Jesus was in very nature God, he did not cling to divine privilege. Instead, he emptied himself, taking the form of a servant, becoming obedient to death, even death on a cross. His humility incarnate the eternal Son of God, choosing the lowest place for the sake of others. Yet this descent leads to exaltation. Therefore God exalted him to the highest place. This paradox is clear. True glory is found through humility, not through grasping power. Paul transitions from Christ's example to practical exhortation. Believers are called to work out your salvation with fear and trembling, not in isolation, but in cooperation with God's working in them. Humility here is not passive, it's active, expressed in obedience, gratitude, and a refusal to grumble or argue. Paul's vision is that Christians shine like stars in the world, reflecting the light of Christ through humble service and joyful endurance. To ground his teaching, Paul highlights two men, Timothy, who genuinely cares for others, and Epaphroditus, who risked his life for the gospel. These are not lofty ideals, but living examples of humility in action. Their stories remind us that humility is not abstract. It's embodied in relationships, sacrifice, and quiet faithfulness. Philippians 2 is not merely a theological reflection. It is a summons. In a world obsessed with status and self-promotion, Paul invites us to embrace the humility of Christ. This humility is not weakness. It is strength under control, love in action, and the pathway to true greatness. To follow Christ is to descend with him, to serve, to surrender, and to shine. Thank you, guys.